Shabbat Shalom. So before I start this series, I want to be very clear about something. This is the, well, sorry, I have like post-its on so many different things. Let me just, like, literally that's just my front page and some of them just fell out. Anyways, this is TS2009, the scriptures. This is my go-to Bible. I read it daily. I trust this so much more than English translations such as NLT, NIV, KJV, and that is because they push a specific doctrine, and I don't like that. That said, no translation is immune from textual decisions. So as I've been reading more closely and comparing the original Hebrew and Greek with the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Septuagint, I did happen to stumble upon a couple verses where the wording doesn't fully line up with the older manuscripts. I wanted to show y'all these because it changes the verses drastically. And I want to say that doesn't mean that the translation is bad. What it means is I am responsible for testing everything against the original text. So I don't want to make a series where I'm throwing out translations because, again, this is my go-to translation. But I want to sharpen our understanding because I know many of y'all use the same translation. And as I keep reading, I may come across a few more verses that I'm like, why is it worded like that? And if y'all notice any too, I would love to hear them. So drop them in the comments below. Alright, so let's start with the very first verse that I noticed. This is going to be in Deďarim, which is Deuteronomy 32, verses 8 and 9. So most English translations, including this one, read something like this. Okay, this is verse 8. It says, "When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the boundaries of the peoples according to the number of the children of Israel." So that verse sounds straightforward, but this is exactly where the issue is. So the phrase sons of Adam is not the issue. The issue is the last line, where it says, according to the number of the children of Israel. So this verse is describing the division of nations at the Tower of Babel, which is Babel, in Bereshit, Genesis 11. So at that point in history, Israel does not exist as a nation. Jacob, which is Jacob, has not been born yet, and the 12 tribes do not exist. So the nations cannot be divided according to the number of the children of Israel. So I said, let me go check the Dead Sea Scrolls out and see what it actually is saying. And the Hebrew does not say the children of Israel. It says le-mispar bene Elohim, which is according to the number of the sons of Elohim. Wow, that is way different. But I did my due diligence and I also went and checked out the Septuagint. And the Greek reads, I'm not as good with Greek, so let me read. Kata, arithmon, huion, theou. Don't know if I said that right. It's fine. But this said, according to the sons of theos. Different languages, same meaning though. Theos is the same as Elohim. So both of the older witnesses agree with each other, and both differ from the later Masoretic wording that I found in the scriptures translation. What this is showing us is that when the sons of Adam were separated into nations, those nations were placed within boundaries aligned to spiritual rulers, the sons of Elohim. Then verse 9 gives us the contrast. It says, for the portion of Yahuwah is his people, Jacob, which is Jacob, his allotted inheritance. So that does not mean that Jacob already existed at the time of division. It means Yahuwah is declaring ownership. So verse 8 explains how the nations were structured, and verse 9 explains the exception. This is why scripture later speaks about territorial princes, divine judgment, and the nations being reclaimed. So honestly, this is not just some small wording difference here. It is foundational